Hi, and welcome to this week's episodes of Girl Gurus. Today we're going to be talking about relocating to Los Angeles. We see a lot of people who often come out here or they plan to come out here and they just don't make it or they fail, and it's probably because they don't have a solid plan. As Ashley, shared her story in our introduction video, if you guys watched that, she was kind of saying how she came out here before. Why don't I let you retell your story? Why don't I do that?
I came out here with no plan, and you can do that. That's probably the hard route, but I would say if you want to make your life easier, have a plan. Even if it's a loose plan, have a bunch of money saved. I would say $10,000 at least.
Yeah.
At least. I came out here with like $700. Not a good idea. And it took me a good 2 years to feel like, okay, this is my home. I know where I'm going. I know how to get around. I feel like I have enough money to go out and frolic and get in trouble and drink
Bullshit
and do
and
whatever,
party.
go on dates. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to just go down our list of what we think you should do to make your transition a little bit easier.
Right, because if you can take the easy route or the hard route and get the same result, why not make it easy peasy? That was so cheesy and ironic. Okay, so first one.
So number one, you need to find yourself some digs. Find a place to live.
Ahead of time. So sometimes people come out here based off of the strength of people who they know out here, right? Oh, I know so-and-so, or so-and-so said I can live with them, or, so-and-so is going to let me stay with them. Listen, let me tell you something. Things change when you are living with someone. So I'm not saying that this is everyone's situation, but I have seen people come out here because, people have said, oh, stay with me, or, oh, my door's always open when you get out here, and things change and you find yourself homeless or not having anywhere to go. That's happened to 3 people that I know. So I would just say ahead of time, have a solid place to know where you're going to stay. When I was coming out here, I lived in a hostel. I said that in the introduction video. I didn't really like it because, I was on a bottom twin bunk and I was living in a house with other people. I'm used to, always having my own, but it was a stepping stone. It wasn't permanent. I knew it wasn't going to be a permanent situation, but I'm glad that I've done that instead of listening to people say, oh, you can stay with me or you can come here, and I don't even talk to those people anymore. So I just suggest know where you're going to stay. Even if you're not able to get your own place up front or find a roommate up front, find a solid living situation. Even if it's Airbnb, just find something.
Yeah, and there's lots of hostels here. There's Facebook groups where people are always posting availabilities in their apartments if they need to sublet a room or whatever the case. Get involved in that ahead of time, a couple months ahead of time, I would say. When
I was apartment searching, those Facebook groups really helped me out. That's actually how I had found one of my situations with my old roommate. Those places, people who are not even in Los Angeles, people who are coming out here, they get on those groups, or people who are out here, they may say, hey, I have this available, or I'll have this available at this time frame. So you can kind of plan and link up with them. Now, there are some scams out there. There are some scams, and people try to get me, but thank God I have common sense, or I won't even say common sense, but I kind of just knew things were fishy and they weren't seeming to add up. But there are scams out there, so you do want to beware. There's absolutely no way that you should be giving anybody money ahead of time and people saying, oh, I'll give you the key when you get here, or, you just have to be aware of these scams because Los Angeles is not the place you want to come all the way from across the country or wherever you're coming from to find out you don't have a place to stay.
Right. And then all that wasted money, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's the next thing?
So you want to plan for your income. This is an expensive city. Our economy out here is very expensive. Some of you may be coming from different parts of the country or maybe even different parts of the world that may be, a lot less cheaper than out here. You have to know that once you come out here, it's a different lifestyle. So you have to make sure you have enough income, have a suitable job that's going to be able to support your lifestyle. And when I say support your lifestyle, I don't mean going out, partying, turning up, doing all of those things. I mean supporting your lifestyle, such as the basics. Will you be able to support yourself? Will you be able to pay rent?
Buy groceries.
Eat,
Get around.
Transportation,
Which we'll get into in a little bit.
Right, and just things that you would need. So you got to make sure you either have a job set up. I would say have a job set up before you get here if you can. It doesn't work that way for everybody. Or like you did, save up money and come out here, right?
I thought you were going to say like you did find a strip club and strip.
No. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, but...
yeah, no, because I didn't really have money saved. So what I did, just because of my occupation, I'm able to pop up in a city and find work relatively quickly. That's not the case for everyone. If you're a server, you might be able to do that. But I would still make a list of restaurants, make a list of clubs. If you're going to be a bottle girl, or, you know, if you want to work in retail, make a list. Or if you already work in retail, you could maybe get transferred. If you're working at Urban Outfitters on the East Coast, you could probably get transferred to one out here. Just for an example. But have an idea of where your money's going to come from, and don't wait. Like, you might be excited as soon as you get here. You want to take a couple days to just like have fun and travel the city, see what you can find. I wouldn't do that. I would find work your first full day, go out looking for work, because you don't know how long it's going to take.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, don't wait. So again, using my experiences, not with me, but people that I know, you know, they come out here and everyone's like blinded, like, oh my gosh, I'm in LA, everyone's excited, and it's good, you're in a new environment, I want you to enjoy it, be happy, but you shouldn't just be out spending money, partying in the club, going out to eat, doing all of this stuff, and you don't have that money coming in, because you're chipping into your savings. You're chipping into whatever you came out here with. Let me tell you something, $1,000 is nothing in LA. $3,000 is nothing. So you need to, like you said, at least $10,000. I would say that's good for about a good 3, maybe 4 months.
Maybe.
Depending on how you stretch it out. It can probably last longer depending on the area you live in, what you live in. It can probably last a bit longer if you have a car or not. But you have to get a job. It is hard searching for jobs out here. Some people, they have, you know, they're blessed where they're just able to, you know, just get a job like that. It's not always that easy. So I would say take time. You're already here in the city. You don't just automatically have to go and just start splurging or just spending. Take your time. Transportation.
I take Uber. I know that can add up. But given my lifestyle and the places I have to go, I know that I tend to stay in Hollywood. So my Ubers are generally under $10. But some people come out here with a car. Or they take our transportation system, which is not as great as like New York City subway, but it can get you from point A to point B.
Right.
So I would just map out the area you're going to be in, see where you're going to need to go
the most.
Yeah, and just be efficient with the routes that you plan. Going somewhere out to the beach, if you live in central LA, can be expensive. So I would just look into like what bus route you could take, how close you live to the metro, and just don't be naive.
Right. For me, when I came out here with a car, but I knew I came out here for school. So I knew as far as, you know, looking for places, I wanted to look for a place that was as closest to the area I would be in the most. And my school is in Hollywood, so I chose North Hollywood because I felt like that was a central location for me. You also have to factor in gas is more expensive out here, so you wouldn't want to live like 30 miles from your place, especially from, you know, where you go the most, where you work or, you know, go to school, because you have to think about you're going to be doing that back and forth every day unless you have the money to keep it up. Now I live a little further out, just because I just was like, I need my own place. I found a great neighborhood. I'm like, you know what, I don't mind making the commute. But before you actually, you know, get on your feet and get settled, it may be better to stay somewhere closer to the area that you're going to be the most, especially if you do not have a car. Like Ashleigh said, it's easier to just, you know, learn the bus system, maybe learn to take the train. Some people even find places. I know people who, you know, they find places that they can walk to. So you just have to look. It's things out there. You just have to look and be very vigilant.
Yeah, and if you're really wild, you can just jump on like one of those scooters or bikes.
Scooty bikes.
People get from place to place pretty smoothly with those, so that's an option as well.
Right. How to meet friends out here. Wow, what do you think about this?
I think it takes time, so don't get discouraged if you've been out here a year and you still don't have a core friend group. It takes time, because think about when you grow up, you might go to school with the same people from preschool up to high school. Those friendships are years in the making. You don't just pop up and all of a sudden you've got this deep bond. I mean, that might happen sometimes. You meet someone that you really click with, but give it time. I just met Egypt, and I've been here for 2 years, and this is probably one of the closest friendships I have.
Oh, thank you. I feel the same. And I also feel that's just because of our personalities, just who we are. Like, it takes time to let people in and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But what I will say about meeting friends out here, everyone, I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, everyone is not your friend. Some people, they attach themselves to you based off of where they feel you're going, based off of what they feel you can do for them, based off of looks, or the attention that you may get, and they may be just want to be around that. So I would just say, just know that just because you see a smiling face doesn't always mean that that person has your best interest at heart. As far as meeting friends, I call this like a city of flaky people. Just because know the difference. We use the word friend lightly, but I feel like know the difference between a friend and an associate. There will be people, like, I used to take this very personal, especially like when I first got out here. People that make plans with you and then they'll just like flake on you, or it's just like, you just got to be careful for all that type of stuff. Like in LA, you meet people and you may think, okay, I want to link up with this person, y'all plan stuff, and then I'll be like, yeah, we're going to do this. That link up never happens. And I used to take stuff like that personal, but it's just like growing up, getting older, getting wiser. It's like, who cares? You
just
know?
Use that as a filter to see like who's really down for you and who's not. People will show their true colors. It doesn't take that much time. And also, if you want to meet people, I would say just do things you like. If you like yoga, go find a yoga studio. You will meet like-minded people. If you like getting drunk, go to the bar and strike up a conversation, and you will make some bar friends.
Right. Yeah, that's really good advice. Just do things that you like. I personally, my thing for making friends out here, I normally just don't even go looking for friends. It normally just you just let them come to you. It just happens naturally.
Life happens.
Right, it just will happen naturally. Like, I know some people are like, I have to have friends, and that's cool. Some people, you know, we like being around each other or like having to talk to people. I like that too, you know, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like it'll just happen naturally. Like, I don't know, but some people are able to just talk to people like, hey, you look cute, this and the other, do you want to do this? And they're able to, you know, create these awesome friendships. So I will say, just don't be open to making friends, but don't be super eager to making friends, because some people also might want to use you.
Don't force it.
Yeah, don't force it. That's what I'm looking for. So don't force it. Be open to it. And if things with that person just don't work out how you thought they would, it's okay. Life goes on. Charge it to the game and move on.
Yeah, and network too. I just want to say network, because I made a friend here who I was linked through someone who doesn't even live here. My friend was like, oh, here's Sandy's Instagram handle. She's going to be visiting. And I linked up with her, you know. What other ways do people meet? I would just say just network. You know, you may not click with one person, but you might click with one of their friends or two of their friends. So try to go out if you have the funds, if you're at that point where you're stable enough to spend some free time. Just go out and meet people, be open when people invite you to things, because there are some people who aren't flakes, and those
it's good people out here too. We're not saying like everybody's a flake, everyone's this. It's great people out here in LA, and also it's like events that aren't always, you know, you have to pay for. It's free events too. Just like Ashleigh was saying, find the things that you are passionate about, the things that you like, the things that you want to go here, you want to do this. Like-minded people hang around.
That works.
Right. Like-minded people normally hang around, you know, the same type of places. Networking is awesome. Just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to go out by yourself sometimes.
Don't be square.
Don't be square. Did I do a rectangle? But yeah, go out by yourself sometimes. If you're that, you know, some people are like, I have to go out with people, and that's cool, but try to reach the certain point where you feel like you can go out by yourself. I went out a lot by myself, and I was able to meet awesome people doing great things, people, you know, that I can do business with. So I think that's awesome.
Talk to people in your Ubers. Sometimes I know we're tempted to like put in our earphones and zone out, but maybe talk to your driver. If you're in an Uber pool, you know, be open to just, where are you from? Do you live around here? Where are you headed? Strike up conversation.
Right. Staying true to yourself.
That's a good one.
I feel like a lot of people, and someone had made this comment to me, that when people get out here in LA, they change. And that is true. you should always be growing and changing for the better in your everyday life, but some people let the city consume them. And what I mean by that is some people get out here and they feel they have to act a certain way, they have to look a certain way, they have to do certain things to fit in with a certain lifestyle or a certain place that they may want to be, or people that are around them, just certain things. So I feel that it's great to not lose yourself in the midst of all of this, you know, because people are always going to be trying to change you for what they feel that you should be. You know what I mean?
People try to box you in,
right?
Or put you in a category, and you don't have to live by that.
Right.
Do you?
Do you. Stay true to yourself. You know, it's okay to be different. It's okay to not fit in with the popular crowd. It's okay to do things that you like that someone else may not like, and genuinely enjoy them. Mm-hmm. You know, this city isn't for everybody, I will say, because I see some people who literally come out here and they lose themselves.
Yeah.
You know, drugs, hard alcohol, partying, just all this type of stuff.
You will be offered cocaine.
Oh, like it's nothing, okay?
And if you don't want to do cocaine, don't do cocaine.
Say no, okay? Like some people, oh my gosh, I just keep saying I know people because I really do.
Don't be that person.
Yeah, just stay true to yourself. It's okay to be different. It's okay to not fall in with everybody else's plan.
Yeah, how would you rate your transition on a scale from like 1 to 10? Do you think you did it the right way? Would you do it the same way over again? I wouldn't. My transition is like a 4.
A 4. I think I actually did transition correctly.
Okay.
I would probably rate it a 8. I think I did the right thing because I found my place to stay before I moved out here. Mm-hmm. So I knew where I was going. And then from there, before I left that place, I had found a roommate situation. Okay. So I was there for a few months. And then I found my own place. So then I ended up coming there. And then, you know, with me having transportation, that worked out for me good. So I think I pretty much did. I was blessed to, you know, be able to come out here and just do it like that. And not have to. It was a struggle finding a situation that wasn't a hostel. Mm-hmm. If I could do something, if I could have found that ahead of time. So maybe I'll say like a 7.
Okay.
That'll take it down some. But I think I did pretty good transitioning out here. As far as like staying true to myself, I think I've been staying true to myself. It's hard, but it's really not that hard for me. Is it hard for you?
No, I'm kind of a loner. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, if anything, it's been hard for me to put myself in situations where I can meet people and like be vulnerable and expand my social group. But even that it's getting better. So
we hope you guys listen to these things. Take them to heart. We want you guys to have a smooth transition. Ashley's giving me the side eye. Yeah, we want you guys to have a smooth transition out here to LA.
Good luck with everything. Grab LA by the balls, or whatever city you're moving to. Apply this, and
I think this is universal for every city. Actually, we just hooked y'all up. Okay,
giving you the keys.
Gave y'all a checklist. So definitely like, comment, subscribe to our channel.